What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 12 of Guardians franchise, and we are in the playoffs against the Boston Red Sox. Now, we did get stuck in the wild card round, which is a best of 5, which is always scary. You lose that first game, and you're immediately up against it, feeling nervous. So, I really obviously want to get that first win, but we're going to have to see how it goes. Let's take a look at this Boston club that we're going to be facing and then get into it. They went 85-77, so 9 games back of us, but once you get in the playoffs, that does not matter. Now, obviously, talent discrepancies that might have led to that 9-win difference can play out and then matter, but generally speaking, and I know that real-life players view it like this, and I certainly know that if you play this game enough, you've seen it within your sims. It's a new season. Once the regular season's over and you get in the playoff dance, everything's wiped away. Fresh. Let's go. Last team into the NL dance the last 2 years, Arizona and Philly, made the World Series. And we've seen upstart wildcard teams go crazy. And it makes sense, right? Because, hey, whether you got in with a 20-game lead or by the last game on the last game of the day, you're in. And now you just got to get through October. It's a whole different thing. So, and like I was saying, that is backed up in real life, but it's really backed up in this game. How many of us have had 100-plus win type teams choke in the first round of the playoffs, or at least in the first round that you're in, right? Like for me, I would say that if Baltimore loses here, they lost in the first round, at least the first round that they played. So maybe I shouldn't say it that way if I have to put on the tack on there, but you get the point. Anyway, looking at this Red Sox ball club again, 85-77 was their record. 11 games back of the division of those aforementioned Orioles. And they run a lefty-heavy lineup. Holy smokes, I just noticed this. I'm looking at this team fresh with y'all. I didn't want to kind of have it pre-wired. I wanted to see everything for the first time with y'all. No real reason. I don't think it matters either way. But I was like, oh, I'll just kind of hit record, get into it, and look at it with y'all. They go the other way with their pitching. Literally all right-handers here. Rotation and bullpen. So lefty hitters, righty pitchers, that's how they got here. Now they have big hitting, and the pitching is kind of taped together because it's not that great. Taking a look at the rankings real quick before we get into the individual players, you see a lot of top 3s and top 4s. Number 1 in extra base hits, in fact. Number 2 in runs scored. The triple slash line, average OBP slug, they are 4th, 3rd, and 3rd. So they are a nice offensive team. They don't run much, but you don't have to when you're smacking the living piss out of the ball. And they don't strike out, which is a deadly combo. To have this kind of power and not strike out very often is crazy. On the pitching side, you got a lot of 9th through 12th sort of rankings. ERA for starters, 12th. Bullpen, 10th. Runs allowed, 12th. So, again, this is not the strength of their team. They try to get enough runs to go up on you, and then the pitching just has to kind of hang on. And to their credit, they definitely did this year. So let's get into what this lineup looks like, and we'll look at the first righty lineup because we're only running, we are only running one lefty. That's right, because Logan Allen's in the bullpen. So we're only going to have the one lefty, I guess. Let's see if the lineup changes much. Looks like the order changes, but not the players. Okay, so we're getting their team as is. Kyle Teel is their catcher and leadoff hitter. An interesting combo. You don't see many catchers leading off, but he's had an excellent season. Is this his rookie year? Yeah, I was going to say, even if it wasn't his first time in the majors, I would have been surprised if he had played enough in 24 to expire his rookie eligibility. So Teel comes in, and he's not a big-time power guy, but he's a big contact and eye. So, gets on base via the walk and base hit, and that does fit at the top of the order. He has the even 100-point split between his average and OBP, 310 to 410. That's beautiful, but then just a 428 slug because he only hit 4 homers. So, they know what they're going for here. 14% walk rate, 11% strikeout rate. When you walk more than you strike out in today's era, that's just nuts. And if you do it without just being a slappy who's hitting like 220 and can't strike the ball with any authority, obviously Teel doesn't doesn't tattoo the ball, but he hits it well enough to get consistent hits, probably a decent handful of doubles too. Actually, I can just look at that instead of speculating. His double total, 30. There you go. And then 4 homers and 4 triples. So he's awesome. Alejandro Kirk is his backup. He's fallen on some hard times. He has not done well in this sim. He got traded over to Boston in the middle of last year for Tyler O'Neill and Chase Midroth and some money. So, I mean, they got a decent return, did the Jays. And like I said, Kirk just hasn't been doing that well. So I'm not sure if the Jays are really missing that deal. Tristan Casas over at first base backed up his 2023 breakout with a big 2024, but holy smokes was he terrible this year. Negative 1.6 WAR. What the hell happened? 205 BABIP is a big part of it, and probably the absolute bulk of it. If I'm looking at this line here, you know, the walk rate 12%, strikeout rate 25%. Those are good for a power hitter. 22 bombs in 487 plate appearances isn't too bad. But when you're not getting any base hits to fall, it looks like the season just ran out before his BABIP could regress. And he did have some time missed, and it was a fractured wrist. So that happened in late May. And again, I don't know how much the game does this. For some reason, I think that this is in here, but please don't quote me on this because I don't know that it is. But it would make sense that effects of the injuries linger even when they're healthy. Now, I don't know if it's all the time or to what degree, but you fracture your wrist as a power hitter, and then you end up having a rotten season at the dish. That kind of checks out. So, you know, there's some logical sense there. And let's hope he can stay cold through the playoffs here, because I am nervous that a big-time power bat like this, finally gets healthy in October and starts running us out the building with bombs left and right. Trevor Story is his backup, and I point that out specifically to point out that Trevor Story is a pure backup. He's not backing up first and starting elsewhere. He's a backup, and holy crap is he terrible. For $22.5 million, they got negative 1.3 WAR. So at first base combined, and I don't know if all of Story's games were at first, but just between the two guys that are in this first base column here, they lost 3 wins. They're like, here you go, have those back. That's crazy. So Dane Raphael is over at second base, and he put up a decent season, 103 WRC plus, although it was only worth 1 win. And that surprises me a bit, because I would have thought the defense and speed would have boosted his hitting, would have boosted his WAR to where even if he was kind of a, league average type hitter, that he could put up a 3-4 win type season. We've seen that with guys before plenty. We get some big premium center fielder who can barely just kind of hit decently, but then plays such good center field or such good up the middle defense, second or short, that they put up a huge season. But that didn't happen here. So maybe his defense just wasn't quite where it needed to be to really deliver. I don't know. Yeah, zone rating. Well, that's in the outfield. No, even at second base. So he bounced around second, third, short, left, and center. So he's playing all over, but the defense just wasn't good. Plain and simple. So Ceddanne Rafaela did not have a great season. He's not as good of an outfielder as he is in real life. In real life, I think he's probably graded as closer to a 70 range. So anyway, he's also the backup at third and short. But they do have David Hamilton too. So how we talk about not wanting to have a starter as a primary backup. They do have that, but then they have the secondary guy right there in David Hamilton. Devers at third. He's a god. 7-win season. One of the best hitters in the game. 42 homers, 132 ribs. We got to be careful. Marcelo Meyer came up, put up 6 WAR in just 140 games. So when you got a dynamic left side of the infield like that, it makes up for a lot of problems. So when your first base is a complete dead zone, your third base and shortstop being excellent can help cover that. Roman Anthony came up for 106 games, put up 2 WAR. Really solid player here with a 126 WRC plus. And he's not a huge glove in the corner, but he doesn't need to be in left field. He hit 23 homers and 26 doubles. So that will definitely play. Jarren Duran in center, put up 1.3 WAR, 98 WRC plus, so like a decent hitter, decent fielder, just a solid, capable player. Wilyer Abreu, one of my faves, big fan of his. He's been having a nice season in real life here. Had a huge 2024, 5 wins, 153 WRC plus and 27 bombs. Came back to earth in a big way this year, dropping down to just .2 WAR. And I'm trying to figure out like what happened here. Now, part of it is that his BABIP dropped, but only because it was at 392 last year. It was never going to stay at that level. Like, that's a crazy BABIP. It was 335 this year. You can't really blame it on that. He simply wasn't as good, and I don't know that he can just say, oh, my BABIP was light, and that explains away my suckiness, right? If you had told me coming into the year, like, okay, Abreu put up this 2024, and his BABIP is going to drop from 392 to 335, I would have said, okay, he'll be a 2.5, 3 WAR player, not .2. And then Yoshida DHing, and he fell off big this year too, from 142 WRC plus last year to 92, a 50-point drop. Yikes. Now he does have the BABIP excuse, from 370 to 249, brutal. He did add 11 homers from 15 to 26, so that's something. Guess we got to watch out for the pop a little bit. And then Randall Grichuk, David Hamilton joined Trevor Story and Alejandro Kirk as their backups, neither of whom were particularly good. Does give them some righties off the bench. Three of those 4 are righties, but none are terribly scary. On the pitching side, they have Tanner Houck. Are they going to go 5-man in the playoffs? I doubt it. They probably haven't set their lineup. Tanner Houck, 3.76 ERA, 113 WHIP. Garrett Whitlock, 5.73, 139. There's your candidate to go to the bullpen. Cutter Crawford, 4.40, 123. I'm just giving the ERA and WHIP right now. We'll talk more about the pitchers as we face them, I think. Brian Bayo, 5.15 ERA, 139 WHIP. Well, there's another candidate. And, we talked about how their pitching isn't very good, so I'm not surprised that there's multiple candidates to go to the bullpen here for the playoffs. And then Lucas Giolito, looks like, he just joined the rotation. 3 games started, and 21 in relief over his 36 innings here. 3.03 ERA, 0.98 WHIP. But most of that's done in the bullpen, and it's a tiny sample. So I don't know how good he is. I don't know what to make of that. And then as far as the bullpen, let's just sort by strikeout minus walk and see who we're worried about. Will Vest has the best strikeout minus walk of any full-timer. They have Angel Bastardo here, who has a 26% strikeout minus walk, which is amazing. But he had 6 innings, so I don't really count that. So then you look at closer Will Vest, 26 saves, 17% strikeout minus walk. Does walk some guys with an 11% rate there. But he had a 2.48 ERA and 1.05 WHIP, so he was really good. They have some decent relievers. But again, all righties all the time for them. Let's take a look at our club real quick, just let you know what we did for the playoff roster. We got our 26 here. And obviously we can't have Bieber. We kicked Funderburk off, but I'm wondering if I'm going to change that. We have 3 lefties. Y'all, I think I want a 4th. With all these lefties they've got, I think we need a 4th. So I think Cade Smith might get kicked off here. And right now we're currently going 13-13. I do 14-12 pretty much throughout the year. But when it comes to the playoffs, I like to do more switching, matchup play stuff. And I think we have 1 batter minimum because that's usually what I do for my sims. Yeah, we have 1 batter minimum, so we can bring in somebody, face 1 guy, and take him out type vibe. So I'm going to stick with 13-13. I just need to decide. Boy, I said I really wanted to have Espino be there for us and help us out in the playoffs. I wonder if he's the guy. Cade Smith. Cade Smith does lose 10 stuff and 5 BABIP against lefties. So, that's something of a split. And it's really hard to make too much of his righty-lefty splits. Now, he is much better against lefties, but he only had 27 innings total this year. So then when you start parsing that up between verse left and verse right, I just don't know how much stock we can put into it. 33% strikeout minus walk against lefties, 12% against righties. So, I don't know. I definitely want a fourth. And I think Cade having only 4 innings at the major league level, the other 23 were in the minors. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll go Smith for Funderburk or Heron. Funderburk is awesome against lefties, so that's good. Heron is a bit more balanced, but he does get 5 stuff, 5 BABIP, and that's it against lefties. So, you know, a little boost there, but I think Funderburk's the guy. I think Cade Smith comes off, Funderburk on. We go 4 lefties in the pen, and I feel more comfortable playing a bunch of matchups. Then as far as the offense goes, Bailey and Naylor behind the dish. Brother Josh Naylor at first, Gabriel Arias at second, J-Ram at third, Jimenez at short, George Valera in left. That's right, George Valera making the team. Johnny DeLuca in center, Heston Kierstead in right, Kyle Stowers at DH. So might be a little weird to be like, why do you have George Valera? Well, in a weird way, he's kind of in for Rocchio. Obviously not directly. They do different things for sure. But I'm trying to actually, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, why? Oh, because DeLauder's right here. Yeah, DeLauder played more during the season, of course. But I just don't really trust him right now. So Valera, oh, you know what it was? Yeah, here's what it is. I'm a moron. Which, you know, I know is not terribly surprising to hear. I roast myself all the time. The reason that Valera is on, I finally figured it out. I knew I'd get there. Is because Condon is not eligible for the playoff roster. I screwed up, y'all. I should have called him up much sooner. Before September, at least. I just wasn't thinking. And I'm embarrassed. I really am. Like, that sucks. I really biffed it. There you go. There's my biff mention. I've been saying that like the last 5 episodes, so I got to get it in there. But this is a biffing. Now, the one thing is, he wasn't amazing in the regular season, but coming up for a month and holding your own with a 92 WRC plus, I'm encouraged by that. And I wanted him on the biggest stage to have a chance to maybe make an impact. But unfortunately, he won't be able to, and that's why Valera's on the team. So I'm a goofus. But let's get into it. Only 18 minutes, not too bad. I'm always wondering, like, how long am I going to take for the run-up before we actually get into the games? Plus, it's a 5-game set, so even if this goes 5, unless, like, 3 or 4 of them are extra innings, it shouldn't be an obscenely long video. Now, of course, you guys will know how long it is because you can look right now. I don't know currently. We'll see. I have it on daily save during the playoffs, but I didn't want to do it for each off day there. So we'll go back to daily. And now let's take a look at the roster again just real quick just to see if they've made any changes. No, they're still running 5 in the rotation. I mean, I realize it's a 5-game set, and there are no off days. Which, I mean, I guess that means we need to run 5 too. So maybe I'm the one who's wrong here. Maybe we need to put somebody... And you know what? As I'm mapping that out, doesn't Logan Allen make a lot more sense at this point? Who made this playoff schedule with no off days? I did. I wonder if we put Logan Allen in, we move him up to 3 because I think we want our 2 lefties within the first 3 games here. We still have 3 lefties in the bullpen, but remember, I wanted 4. Do we then turn around and make another move? No. Because I guess it would be Tim Herron. I think it's really Espino versus Herron. And you know what? I'm going to trust the 21% strikeout minus walk here for Espino. Hope that he can put his 1.8 homer in check a little bit and see if he can really turn the tide on how we're feeling about him in the playoffs. I know it's like the biggest stage, and I'm really putting him to the test, but I'm going to do it. We're going to move him to middle relief. It doesn't really matter because obviously we're playing out the games, but just for the way they line up, I kind of like to have them in order of importance. So there we go. We'll do that. Uh-oh, is the game freezing? Oh, I thought it was going to crash. All right, 5-game set coming. Who's Robert Lopez, and why did I get a scouting report on him? I have no idea who this is. Oh, you know what it is? It's a guy from our A-ball team. I might have just been doing some full team sweeps. Oh, yeah, this guy's from there too. Okay, so it's just some old scouting reports coming in. All right, let's get to it then. Game 1, Garrett Whitlock versus Joey Cantillo. We need you, Cantillo. We need the lefty to come through big. All right, I like to do this. I like to do the warm-up. It's kind of a way to bring in an extra level of like difficulty in a way, because if you forget to do it, you can find yourself in a pinch. And I've definitely done that before, so I kind of like that. Let's see here. I think everything else is set. I haven't played out any games in this sim yet, but I think the things are set from my perfect team settings. All right, here we go. They're going with Teal, Anthony, Meyer, Devers, Casas, Rafaela, Abreu, Yoshida, and Duran. Casas and Duran are both hot. Rafaela is the only righty. And away we go. We've got Jimenez, Ramirez, Naylor, Josh, I should say, Kerstead, Stowers, Bailey, Valera, Arias, and DeLuca. I guess I don't have to specify the Naylor since Bo doesn't start anymore. But I still will, because just saying Naylor until we trade one of them is a little silly. All right. Game 1, baby. Oh, I'm excited for some playoffs. It's been a minute. All right, it's looking a little overcast here in Cleveland. Let's see what kind of weather we got. This is one thing I don't love, is that both teams are red, so the nameplates don't look great. I wonder if... what if we do automatic? Would that change ours to navy maybe? No. Sometimes when you change that, sometimes it'll change to a secondary color, but it's whatever. If I remember, after this game, I'm going to change our color to navy. Just so that they're different. It's just better for my dumb eyes. All right, as we do, we throw the first pitch, which will be the first batter because it's a one-pitch mode. It's an 0-1 pitch coming. And it's going to be dumped into center for a base hit for Kyle Teal. Exactly what I was talking about with him, you know? Just drop in some nugget hits. Oh, I wanted to read that text. Hang on. Because I wanted to see the weather. Oh, I can see the weather in the box score, right? Okay. Yeah, 47 degrees, a little bit of rain, wind blowing out to left at 11. Woohoo! Okay. That could create some craziness. All right, so then from there, we do what I call risping, which is hitting the until RISP button, which is until runners in scoring position. And so we do that, and then when there is somebody in scoring position, we kind of see what's happening. Depending on if it's a long series or where we're at in the game, sometimes we'll skip entire half innings. And we usually do that more at the beginning. So, like, I'll do the first half. Okay, they get nothing. We get nothing. Top 2, nothing for Boston. Nothing for Cleveland. Nothing for Boston. Nothing for Cleveland. Okay, now we're in the 3rd inning. 2 hits apiece for each team. We're through 3 innings. We're in the top of the 4th. And now we'll start hitting some risps. And they get a run immediately. Somebody went yard. Marcelo Meyer goes yard. 1-0. And that's all they get. Bottom 4, nothing for us. Top 5, nothing for them. Let's get the bullpen warming up just in case, because I haven't checked Cantillo's pitch count. And I don't know where we're at with it. I meant to click Espino. I think I might trust Espino a little early in games just to kind of see where I'm at. I don't know if I want to bring him in like the latter third of a game just yet. So we'll see what's going on here. Bottom 5, nothing for us. Top 6, Cantillo's at 76 pitches. I think we got to go batter to batter with him here. And this is usually when I slow it down. The 6th inning, we do start going more batter to batter. In fact, I did skip a step. It is usually the first 3 innings we do the half inning. Then starting in the 4th, we start going into the risps. And then 6th or 7th inning, depending how the game's going, is when we get to the batter stuff. All right, so Teal's leading off. It's obviously like 52 lefties in a row coming up. Rafaela, again, the only righty. 76 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, no walks, and 8 Ks. All right, I think I'm going to pitch to Teal here. 2-0, dangerous. Flared into left, but playable, 1 down. And that'll bring up another lefty. I can't remember. Oh, Roman Anthony. And we'll do one more batter here. We're still just kind of going batter by batter to see how we feel about Cantillo right now. 2-2 pitch coming. That one's lifted to center, but playable. Bang. DeLuca makes the grab, 2 down. Now with Meyer coming up, was this the 4th time for Meyer or 3rd time? 3rd time. Yeah, not 4th time. 3rd time for Meyer. He has the homer. It's 84 pitches. I'm going to trust him. Last batter, if he gets the out here, I'm going to try to get him through 6. First pitch swinging. And he cracks one into left, but that one's staying up. Boom. And we get the 1-2-3 in the 6th. Joey Cantillo with an excellent outing. Now we need to get him some runs. If we get him some runs here in the bottom, then he can get on the hook for the dub. Otherwise, he'll stay on the hook for the loss unless we change that. So we have DeLuca and then the top of the order with Jimenez and Ramirez. Garrett Whitlock, 5 innings of 2 hit ball with 8 Ks and no walks. So he had a rough season. I was kind of looking at his season numbers like, oof, pretty ugly. And he said, oh yeah, watch this, and has been awesome. Now, in fairness, and I didn't quite look at this because I was only looking at ERA and WHIP, his 18% strikeout minus walk, that's a good number. It's the home runs that are the big problem and have been throughout his career. Obviously, they're not hurting him right now. Can we get into this little jet stream blowing out to left? For God's sakes, come on. All right, DeLuca, what do you got? First pitch swinging, hit a double last time. That's a little tapper in front of the plate. Should be an easy play for Teal, and is 1 down. Andres Jimenez, 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to short, easy play for Meyer, 2 down. And that'll bring up J-Ram. And Whitlock's at 65 pitches, by the way. So he has a chance to get out of 6 in 70 pitches or fewer. 2-1 pitch coming. J-Ram popped up. Going to be playable. Second baseman reels it in. And that's Rafaela to retire the side. So that's what? 69 pitches? Literally. So nice. 6 innings, 69 pitches. Brutal for us. Amazing for them. All right, Cantillo. He's firmly in the orange here. I don't think we push it. We take our big 6. We don't give him Devers for a 3rd time. We go to Funderburk here. And we see what Fundy can do. We'll go ahead and sit Espino. And 1-0 coming to Devers. Cracked into center. DeLuca tracking. Makes the grab, 1 down. Casas, 2-2 pitch coming. Struck him out. And then Rafaela, first pitch swinging. And he cracks one to center, but DeLuca camped under it. Makes the grab to retire the side. So another 3 up, 3 down. It's stretch time here in Cleveland. We're down 1-0 in game 1 of the AL Wildcard. It'll be Naylor, Kerstead, Stowers. Should I just call him Josh and Bo? I'm not going to do the whole rigmarole every time about, like, I need to say the first names of the Naylor. I think I'm just going to start saying Josh. So, come on, Josh. Do something. You're 0 for 2 on the day. 1-0 pitch coming. Ground ball to first. Make it 0 for 3. Kerstead, 1-1. He's 0 for 2 on the day, too. And he rips one into right for a base hit. There we go. 1 on, 1 out. Stowers up now. Kyle Stowers hit 36 homers on the season. We didn't do our full team review yet. We usually do that after the playoffs. Whitlock is tiring. Now, they don't show us when the computer's warming up guys in the bullpen right here. It'd be cool if they did. It'd be cool if they showed it anywhere. but they don't. It's just, just kind of add to the idea of creating storylines and announcing a game, but it's whatever. Not the end of the world. I would imagine that somebody's warming up, though, and that Whitlock could be pulled at any moment. Because while he is cruising, 74 pitches is still a decent number for his 45 stamina. He needs to be that efficient to go deep into games just because he doesn't have huge stam. All right, Kerstead on first. Stowers, 1-2 pitch, punchy all day, right? No, ball gets away. The way it sat there and just didn't do anything, I thought that was for sure a strikeout. But then I didn't hear strike 3, and then I see Teal get up and start running after it. So that's going to be a wild pitch. Kerstead to second, and now a 2-2 pitch coming to, actually full count coming to Stowers, and he does strike out. So I was eventually right. All right, so Kerstead at second, 2 down, and it'll be Patrick Bailey. Trade acquisition around the deadline, came over 39 games, put up an 89 WRC plus and 1.2 WAR to go with his 91 WRC plus and 2.1 WAR in 73 games with San Francisco. So you add it all up, and it's a healthy 3-win season with a 90 WRC plus, 8 homers, 44 ribbies, 50 runs, and some great defense. He is here for the defense. Sorry, I got like an eyelash in my eye. But yeah, 70 frame, 60 block, and 60 arm. And let's see what he can do here. A base hit would be amazing. 3-0 pitch. We'll take a walk. Bang. We get it. We get the walk. And now it'll be George Valera. Oh, Valera, you got a chance to really make me feel okay about messing up the Condon thing if you can come up with a base hit here. 2-1 pitch. Valera, ground ball. Meyer takes the easy way over at second to retire to the side. So the guards threaten, excuse me, but we do not score. We go to the top of the 8th, down 1-0. All right, so for here, we're going to just go to Alamon and Hentges in the bullpen. Funderburk only threw 8 pitches, so he's not going anywhere. He's got Abreu, Yoshida, Duran. 2-2. Ground ball to second. Easy play for Jimenez. For Arias. Jimenez is at short. Jimenez got moved off short in real life, but in our universe, he's got 65 range, 65 air, 55 arm, and 65 turn double play. Obviously, I'd like a little bit stronger arm, but everything else is great. So he's back at short in our universe. It'll be Yoshida now, 1-1 pitch coming. And he lifts one into right, a couple steps over there. For Valera, or for Kerstead, I got to learn our players here and their positions. Valera, DeLuca, Kerstead, left to right. And then obviously Ramirez, Jimenez, Arias, Josh, with Bailey catching for Funderburk. And Funderburk's at 17 pitches here. 0-2 to Duran. Oh, I thought it was a punchy. I thought he swung through it. I didn't even hear the bat crack there. But it is a ground out. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th. We need to do something. And that is going to spell the end for Garrett Whitlock. We could have guessed this. The computer, they're nothing if not obvious. They will always go to their closer in a save situation for the 6-out save in the playoffs. Like, that is their absolute favorite thing. And I don't hate it. It's just that every single time is a little bit much. I think if it's the majority, yeah. It makes sense. There's logic to it. I just think it's a little much how it's like clockwork. No matter what, it's just going to happen. But anyway, Will Vest comes in, the righty. We talked about him. He's definitely their best reliever by results. 130 ERA, 094 whip. But also a pretty strong 19% strikeout minus walk. Like, he is very good. They don't have a ton of great pitching, but he is one of the pieces at the top end here. So we got our work cut out for us. It'll be Arias, DeLuca, and then Jimenez. And I think it's going to be DeLauder here. Because Arias is dreadful against righties. So let's go ahead and make this move. And then we can bring in Freeman to play second. Excuse me. I knew a second one was coming. All right. 2-1 to DeLauder. And he cracks one into the left center gap. That's going to get down. 2-base hit for Chase DeLauder off the bench, baby. Let's go. Stand up double. Bang. Johnny DeLuca now. 1-2. Punchy City. Jimenez. Popped up on the infield. In foul territory, actually. Jesus. Freaking nightmare, dude. DeLauder still on second, but J-Ram is up. Let's go pitch by pitch on this one. We're going to take the first pitch. That's outside ball 1. Take again. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1. You're going to try to pick DeLauder off? I don't think so. Forgot to get our little pitch checker there. Do not automatically set widgets. Let us move them. All right. Obviously, we're swinging away here. 1-1. That one's outside ball 2. Or no, they said that's a strike. What? It's almost exactly where the first pitch was. Oh, my God. All right, now it's 1-2 to J-Ram. And he takes that one, strike 3, another changeup. Was it even a strike, though? Who knows after that last one? Jesus. That's fucking brutal, dude. All right, we'll put Freeman at second. Oh, shit. Our guys are tiring here. We'll put Henches in. Alamon sit. I think they tire quicker these in this version of the game, so I need to be really on top of it. I mentioned last year there were times I would forget it, but it would take them a decent bit to tire. But this year it looks like they're punishing it a bit more, which is fair, by the way. And in fairness, to close the loop on that J-Ram at-bat, that was a strike. So I can't be too mad about that. But the thing of it is, and this is something that I think we can forget as fans when we're watching, J-Ram, you know, or someone who is prone to arguing with the umps, I don't know where he is at with that. Like, let's say Harper, because he has no problem letting the umps know when they're failing. He would definitely turn around after that strikeout, even though the strikeout, the last pitch is his fault, and he'd probably give the ump an earful for the second strike there that was clearly out of the zone, because that changes the foundation of the plate appearance so much. To go from 1-2 instead of 2-1, it's just light years different. So whatever. Anyway, I'm just coping because that really sucked. All right, Henches will get at the top of the order with Teal, Anthony, Meyer. First pitch swinging for Teal. Oh wait, it's back on pitch by pitch. Hang on. 1-2 pitch now coming. Struck him out. 0-2 to Anthony. Punchy. And first pitch swinging for Meyer, for real. And that was cracked deep to left, back, gone. Marcelo Meyer now leads the Guardians 2-0. Just him. He has 2 solos, and we're down 2-0. Damn. I mean, a hanging sinker there at 94 that just gets tattooed. 0-1 to Devers. And he lifts one into right, but playable for Kerstead to retire the side. We head to the 9th, down 2-0. Vest back out for the completion of the 2-inning save. And it'll be 1-0 to Naylor. To Josh. I keep forgetting. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Let's go. Let's go. And we don't need to pinch run because he's not the important run. And we don't really have... Well, no, Bo's a pretty good runner. Actually, Josh might not be the worst runner himself. Oh, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I just don't think of him. Speed's not the first thing you think of when you look at him. All right, Kerstead, tie this game up. Come on, baby. What do you say? 2-2. And he strikes out. Stowers, full count. Oh, he struck him out. Where the fuck was that? Oh, my God. Another disastrous call in the same spot. This low and away to lefties here. They're giving Vest They're giving him the Eric Gregg strike zone, for God's sakes. That's a reference for my old heads. The Levon Hernandez, Eric Gregg playoff game is very famous for just a crazy zone. Look it up. Eric Gregg, Gregg, or just Levon Hernandez playoffs. You'll find it. That's only for the young bucks. The rest of you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's horseshit, though. All right, it'll be Bailey. 2-2. And he strikes out. Ball game. Where the hell was that one? That one didn't even look good either, if I'm being honest. No, it wasn't. Can we get back to that game? Oh, we can't get back to the field level, can we? Because that one wasn't any good either. God, we got screwed there. But we didn't get it done either. We had all of 5 hits. They had 4, but 2 of them from Marcelo Meyer were solo shots. And exactly what I was fearing when I mentioned it earlier, going down 1-0 in a 5-game set is absolutely terrifying. Jesus. All right. Well, can't be bitching and moaning. You got to take care of it and get game 2 back. At home, too. Oy, oy, oy. All right. Let's get through this game, or get through this day. And then I think I am remembering something. Whenever I say stuff like in the middle of the game, like, oh, I'm going to change that when I get out, I almost always forget, but I'm actually remembering right now. We're going to change the color. So we'll just flip these colors, and this should work. This should now make our background navy in game. We'll see. All right, some more scouting assessments. We don't need to look at those. I think this already flipped right here. This red bar was blue and vice versa. So it's not like a huge in-game change, or I mean menu change, but in-game it'll be a lot better for kind of keeping an eye on things, at least for me. When it's just both red, I'm just like, it's a blob of players. I'm not like colorblind or anything either. It's just that both the same color, it's hard to keep tabs. All right, Raylo, we need you, baby. We need you big. We need you so big. And we're already blue right here, so I'm thinking that this is going to work. All right, same lineups all around. Let's get into game 2. Navy, bang, did it. So there you go. If you ever have that, you're playing out games and you and the team you're playing are both the same color, as long as you obviously have a secondary color, just flip them in that modified team color thing, and there's your solution. All right, let's get it going. First batter rather. 1-2 to Teal. Ground ball to short. Jimenez fires over to first, 1 down, and away we go. They get 1 in the first. We get nothing. Nothing in the second for either team, or the third, or the fourth. So we've now gone 13 scoreless. Awesome. Top 5. Oh, we got to watch Raylo's pitch count here. He's at 66. He's not Mr. Iron Man, so we can't just push him forever. Despite how lefty heavy they are, like, we're going to have to use some righties, right? We can't just run these 3 lefties into the ground. So I'm going to go double righty here with Espino Bybee. Let's do the 5th inning. Nothing for them. Bottom 5. 4-run barrage, baby. Let's go. All right. It wasn't even, there were no homers even. It was like a standard old rally. So J-Ram leads off with a single. Walk to Josh. Hit by pitch for Kjerstad. Then a 2-run double for Kyle Stowers. Oh, it was almost a bases clearing double, but Kjerstad was thrown out. Damn. And then Stowers did get to third. That was it then for Phil Maton, former Guardian. So then Bailey flew out. Valera took a walk. And then Arias ripped a double, and that scored 2 more. DeLuca was hit by a pitch, and Jimenez struck out swinging. So excellent, excellent inning. We are now up 4-0. All right, so Raylo's at 78 pitches. These guys are already okay, that was quick. That was only 1 inning? Okay. We might change our tune on these on this warm-up stuff. We can't change it in the midst of a game, but I might change. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like last year I sometimes would let it go for 3 innings and they just barely start tiring. Now it's like an extra half inning and they're dying. But all right, we're going to go to whoever. Well, I hate when that happens. I can't believe they still haven't fixed that. And I don't even know what it is. I've bitched about this for years, mostly to y'all. I should actually just tell the devs. But you'll like randomly click somewhere, and there's no rhyme or reason to it either. You just be randomly clicking on like a player name or the plus or the minus in the bullpen here, and it'll just disappear. I don't understand it. But anyway, I just want to see who's better against lefties. Bybee is straight 50s down the line, which means it's going to be Espino, right? Yeah, because he's 50s down the line except for 70 stuff. So let's sit Bybee, bring in Espino. Great work, Raylo. Roman Anthony hit the homer. So we've given up 3 runs, all on homers so far in this series. But we're up 4-1, so no bitching. This is a little dicey, though. I freely acknowledge that I am nervous bringing Espino in here, given what he did this year and his home run issues. But let's see what he can do. We'll do a RISP, and they get nothing. Bottom 6, nothing for us. Top 7. Oh, Espino was injured. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you absolutely kidding me? Foot injury. All right, maybe he was like hit by a comebacker. All right, well, here's hoping that it's not going to be anything too crazy. They did warm up Bradish and Almon, which I appreciate. And they're ready to go, which is good, right? Because it should be that way. You shouldn't have to get burned with somebody who's not ready. And that might have always been the case. I'm not saying that that's a new feature or anything. I just feel like it doesn't always show that they were ready necessarily. At least that's how I remember it. I don't remember 100% though, so don't take my word on that. Maybe this is just always how it's been. All right, we're going to go to Almon. Where are we here? We're in the 7th? Yeah, it's time. Almon and Clase can hopefully close this out for a fat dub. All right, Almon, I need you. Yoshida's on first. Can we get a replay if we didn't actually watch the play? Nope, this is Raylo. Okay, so it's just a replay of the last play you watched, which is fair. That makes sense to me because it doesn't have whatever play. I mean, I guess like it knows that Yoshida hit a single, but I guess it doesn't have the video of it or whatever. Who cares? All right, Almon to Duran here. 2-2. Oh, shit. 2-run homer. Oh, no. Diving grab. I'm full of shit. Oh, baby. Heston Kjerstad. First off, it was a sliding catch, so it wasn't even getting out for a homer. So I was a super baby on that one. But then I'm like, once I realized the trajectory wasn't there, I thought it was about to be a double or a triple, but before I could roast myself for pre-complaining, he was making the sliding grab. What did I want to check? Oh, I wanted to see what the wind is doing today. Blowing in from center at 10 miles an hour. That definitely saved us. Definitely. And you know what? I'm freaking here for it, baby. Let's go. Sliding grab for Kjerstad for 2 outs. It'll be Teal now, 2-2. And he rips one. Deep to left, back, at the track, caught. Boom. It's stretch time, baby. We're up 4-1. Take a little drink, put on the old chapstick, and enjoy our 7th inning stretch. All right, Halverson is coming back for his 3rd inning of work here. This Seth Halverson guy, eating up some innings for them. He's been amazing. Him and Vest, like clearly their 2 best pitchers, out of the bullpen at least. 182 ERA, 103 WHIP, with a 16% strikeout minus walk. You know, pretty solid BABIP and left on base rates, both of which could regress, but neither is like so egregious that I would call him like stone cold lucky or anything. He's just been pitching well. He's an extreme ground baller with some solid control. He doesn't get too many strikeouts, but he's been great. Let's see if we can get to him here as he carries over into his third inning. What kind of stamina does he have? Is he a former starter? 35 stamina. He hasn't started in like forever. Yeah, in fact, as a pro, he has one start, and it was earlier this year in AAA. So he must be on the low end of that stamina register. Yeah, because he's pure reliever. All right, let's do a RISP here. Nothing for us. Top 8. Let's do another RISP. Nothing for them. Let's go, baby. All right, Carlos Estevez coming in. He's got a 5.29 ERA, 159 WHIP. They got him from Miami by way of San Francisco. So he's been on 2 other teams since the Angels to get here. And he was traded for Helcris Olivares and Starlin Nunez. All right. And he'll face Arias, DeLuca, Jimenez. Will he face Arias, though? I think it's another DeLauder spot for us. See if we can get that tack-on run. I'm not worried about a save for Class A. Did you hear that door open? Do you know who that was? Did you have to open the door all the way? Boy, I don't care. Shut the quest up. Hey, what are you doing? Look at this goober. Oh, she's out of here. I gotta go, boy. I could move quick enough to show y'all her leaving. What a ridiculous dog. Just storms in here like she owns the joint. Because she does. Sniffs around a little bit, and then I gotta go, boy. Grandpa and I are doing cool things, and you're not invited. Christ. All right, Chase DeLauder. 1-2 pitch coming from Estevez. And that one's ripped to left, but playable. It looked fast coming off the bat, but was pretty standard play there and left for Anthony. They've got Anthony, Duran, Abreu, by the way. We should check their arms. 55 arm for Anthony. 50 arm for Duran. And 60 for Abreu. Okay, so they got their best arm in right. Makes sense. Duran we can kind of run on, I think. And Anthony, you know, it'll be situational. I mean, it's always situational. Because even if there's a great arm, in the right situation, you still got to go for it. So saying it's situational is kind of obvious. 1-2 to DeLuca. Struck him out. And 1-2 to Jimenez. So he got all 3 batters to a 1-2 count. A fly out and 2 punchies later, and we head to the 9th, up 4-1 here. Let's go ahead and put Freeman in for DeLauder. And Jimenez in to close it out. Or Jimenez, Clase. Why did I say Jimenez? I might have just been looking at Jimenez's name, and I have that Ron Burgundy syndrome sometimes where I'll just say the name that I'm looking at or the word that I'm looking at, but I don't even know. I think I just am a goof. All right, Abreu, Rafaela, Yoshida against Emmanuel Clase. 2.14 ERA, 103 WHIP with a 20% strikeout minus walk on the season. Excellent year for our closer. Bouncing back from a modest year last year. He put up the extra volume, which I liked, but at what cost? Because he had a 4.03 ERA and a 1.30 WHIP with just a 15% strikeout minus walk, which is okay. It's not terrible, but you know, it wasn't his best year. And honestly, the shutdowns and meltdowns are a great indicator of that. You guys know I love that stat. 23 shutdowns last year with 15 meltdowns, 31-8 this year. So just markedly better. Let's see what he can do here. 1-2 to Abreu. Uh-oh, that's lifted deep to center. Back. That one's going to get down. That's going to be a double for Willie or Abreu. Will he go for 3? No. DeLuca gets it in time. And so they got a runner on second with nobody out. Full count coming to Rafaela now. Did he go? No, it's a walk. So 2 on, nobody out. Clase in some trouble already. Tying run comes up in the form of Masataka Yoshida. 2-1 pitch coming to him. And he lifts one to center, but playable for DeLuca. Abreu thinks about it and then retreats. 1 down. Jaron Duran, 1-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Kyle Teal. Let's go pitch by pitch for this one. First pitch coming from Clase. Ground ball. That one's going to get into right for a base hit. Abreu coming around third. He'll hold. So Sacks juiced. 2 down. And here he comes. Marcelo Meyer. Oh boy. All right. Our ace reliever against their best or second best hitter, depending on how you rank Meyer and Devers. But he has 2 homers. He won the game last game for them. See what we can do here. First pitch. Ball. Away. 1-0. Strike on the outside there. Sorry, I'm like looking at it trying to see. I wish the ump would just... Are they loud enough? Can you hear strike ball call? Let's see. 1-1 pitch coming. Well, that's a strike swinging through it. So I didn't... but he doesn't say it either, so I don't know. I think they only call strike 3. And even sometimes that I can't hear. Either because I'm deaf or it's like really low. But I swear sometimes I don't hear the strike 3 and I'm like, what happened? Strikeout or not? I'd like to hear a strike 3 right here though. 1-2 pitch coming to Meyer. Clase kicks and fires. Oh, just outside. Oh, that's not a strike? It sure was last game when you gave Will Vest 50 calls on that exact pitch. All cutters here from Clase. He is sticking with the A pitch so far. Will he go to the slider or just keep pumping the cutters? Whoops, sorry about that. 2-2 pitch coming to Meyer. Clase. Up, tap foul. A little check swing there. Makes contact with it. That would have been borderline if he lets it go. It's right there on the line, but it's 50-50. I don't know what the computer would have called it. Let's do it again at 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Struck him out. Ball game. Let's go. Tie up the series at 1. As we head to Boston. We're shipping up to Boston. Shipping up to Boston? Is that what it is? Shipping up, right? Not shipping out. But isn't the phrase shipping out? I'm gonna look. I think it's shipping up to Boston. Yeah, it is. The old drop kick Murphs. All right, that's a huge dub. We batted around in an inning to get 4 runs. We still only had 5 hits, half as many as they did. But the sequencing was there when we needed it. And we get the dub. All right. Let's head to Boston. No off day, baby. That was by design. I chose to do that to make it a little bit tougher. Really give you some value of winning the division there. You don't have to play a 5-5. All right, day-to-day sore ankle for Espino. Minimal effect on the throwing, moderate effect on the running. We're not going to take him off because if we do, he would have to miss the next round if we won. And I just don't think it's that dire. That said, we're probably not going to go to him, in anything close to a key situation right now. Just because I don't want to put an injured guy in with our season on the line, All right, Logan Allen against Cutter Crawford here. I think we're going to pick up the pace in the first half of this one. 51 degrees in Boston, wind blowing out to center at 11. Now, that's a center field that's not easy to get to, though. So that's a boost. But, I don't know that it's necessarily going to breed a ton of homers. We shall see. Same lineups, I believe. Yep. everything the same except the pitchers. Logan Allen, Cutter Crawford. We got another lefty going. Let's see what we can do here. First batter is Jimenez, and he's swinging first pitch. Oh, no, it's back. Sorry. I always forget to take it off pitch by pitch. 1-0, make it 2-2. And that's a little flare to second, one down. And away we go. Nothing for us in the first. Or them. Clean second. We score one in the top of the third. Nothing for them. Nothing top four or bottom four. Fifth inning goes clean, top six. We'll do a RISP. Nothing. Oh, excuse me. I saw the pitcher change. I thought that was going to the next inning. We have runners at the corners with 2 outs. The pitcher is indeed out, Cutter Crawford. But we are in business here if Kyle Stowers can do some damage. He will face Carlos Estevez, who pitched yesterday. And it's a 2-1 pitch coming to Stowers. And he's going to drop one into right for a base hit. 1 run will score. And that's it, of course. Whoever was on first gets into third standing up. That was Kerstead. An RBI single for Stowers. It's 2-0. Patrick Bailey now. 0-2. Punchy City. All right, but we get a little tack on, and I'll take it. Logan Allen is at 79 pitches, so, he's on the cusp here. Do we give him Meyer for a third time? Meyer's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. We just can't get Meyer out right now. It's funny to use that phrase, because it's true, right? That's a baseball phrase that you would use when a guy's cooking. But the funny thing is we've gotten him out more than half the time. He's hitting .455. And yet, the phrase, we can't get him out to save our lives, is like that's how you would say it in baseball. It's just funny that it's such a game. It's a game built so much off of failure that to be blazing hot is to still be failing more than half the time. And I know there's the whole thing of like, this is a sport where if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you have a chance to make the Hall of Fame if you can do that consistently throughout your entire career. It's just crazy. Anyway, 79 pitches, 55 stamina says, like, hey, he can go deeper. My concern is Meyer specifically. But I'm going to push. 2-2. Got him. Let's go. 5th punchy for Allen. We'll go to Devers now. 1-0 pitch. And that one's blasted deep to right. Back. Gone. 2-1. I will say this, and I'm not just changing this because Devers just hit a homer. If it had been 1-0 instead of 2-0, I think I'd have taken Meyer out. If Meyer could have tied it, I would have taken Allen out, is what I meant to say. Which now leads me to a consideration of doing that against Casas for the same reason, because he can now tie it. Allen, for his part, gives up homers pretty equally to righties and lefties, so he doesn't even get an advantage there against lefties. What about Arias? Okay, he gets +5 down the line against lefties. +5 versus his righty numbers, if you guys don't know what I mean by that. Yeah. Because if Casas hits a homer, I'm going to be kicking myself for not applying the exact principle that I literally just said of, like, if Meyer would have been able to tie it, I was going to take him out. Same versus Devers. I think Casas is good enough. Even though he had a rough year, he's good enough to get that treatment too. His power only goes down 5 against lefties, but we'll take that extra bit there, and we'll go to Arias. So 5 1/3, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks for Logan Allen. Very happy with the performance. 1-1 to Casas. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Under the glove of Jimenez there. And that'll bring up Rafaela. 2-2 pitch. Flared into shallow right. Kerstead runs in to make the grab. 2 down. It'll be Abreu now. And it's an 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. And we get the play. Or we get the out, rather. Make the play to get the out. That's what I wanted to say there. All right, so they get the home run from Devers to make it 2-1. That insurance run from the RBI single out of Stowers looking excellent about this time. All right, it's going to be Esteves back out. He only threw 7 pitches, so that makes sense. It'll be Valera, Arias, DeLuca. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I'm going to stick with Valera. I'm not changing the pitcher. I'm not changing the hitter. I'm thinking about the pitcher situation. Because I don't want Bradish to tire. He loses 5 BABIP against lefties, but that's it. Everything else is the same as versus righties. So he's not a bad platoon guy. But we'll sit him here. Doesn't Arias... No. Arias is a true reliever, I think. Yeah, just 2 pitches and 30 stamina. Okay. Doesn't mean we can't keep him in, but he's not like a consistent multi-inning guy. He only has 12 pitches, so that's not bad. Let's warm up. Let's warm up Fundy. And then I'll bring Bradish. I'll put Bradish back warming up after we get 2 outs. 3-1 to Valera, because I just don't want him doing it the whole time there. That's a walk to Valera. Full count to Arias, and he walks. So back-to-back walks get us in business immediately here against Esteves. He'll face DeLuca 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be a little flare job dumped into center for a base hit. Nobody will score because it's in shallow center there. Oh, I didn't get our field zones up. I'm out of practice here, y'all. Longtime viewers will know what I'm talking about. But I'll show you newcomers what I mean. I'm not here to keep anybody out of the loop. So our field zone chart, just a little web page I bring up that gives you all the codes to how the game identifies the field zones. Now this isn't from OOTP. This is, I think, it's just from some random website. I don't baseballwithr.wordpress.com, like just a random website. But these codes correspond to the codes that you will find in the game log. So DeLuca hit that to 4MD. So that's like right here. So it makes sense why the runner didn't go home, because that was pretty shallow. So I like to have that to kind of get a better idea, because the animations they're not perfect, right? We know that. Game tying home run. Wow, this A's Rockies series, stay with me when I'm about to say this, has been pretty intriguing. I watched the game yesterday and I watched most of the game today. Obviously, since they've been playing in extras here, I've been doing this, but they went down 9-5, I think, and they just tied it up here in the 11th. I mean, it's 2 bad teams, and part of the reason I watched it was just to kind of... I feel like sometimes, when you're watching Dodgers and Braves all the time, it's nice to kind of see how the other side lives. Now, I'm a Tigers fan, so I see the other side a lot. We were pretty wretched last year. We haven't been that great this year offensively, so I've seen it. But 2 truly bad teams, and you really start to understand the separation between teams in baseball. But at the same time, they played some close, compelling games, and I've enjoyed it. All right, Justin Slayton coming in. He had a 4.53 ERA, 1.42 WHIP. Big-time walk and home run rates. He might be gettable here. Let's get some runs. Still nobody out. Valera at third, Arias at second, DeLuca at first after 2 walks and a little flare single. Let's see what Jimenez can do. 2-1 pitch coming. Ground ball, back up the middle, base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Throw coming in, not in time. 2-run single for Andres Jimenez, and we're up 4-1. Ramirez now, 3-1 pitch. Walked him. So 3 walks this inning and a couple scratch singles. The Jimenez single was a bit better than DeLuca's. Well, still only, never mind. I was going just off of like where they went, within the field, based on the animation, though, because Jimenez's was actually only in the 4M zone. It wasn't even in the 4MD. And it came off the bat at 81 miles an hour versus DeLuca's at 99. So my original point was correct. 3 walks and 2 scratch singles. And all of a sudden, it's 4-1 with the bases still loaded and still nobody out for Josh Naylor. And he's first pitch swinging. Oh, and he gets hit. Oh, my goodness. The meltdown inning continues for the Bo Sox. Make it 5-1. Kjerstad now, 0-2. And he strikes out. Nasty curve there by Slayton. All right, it'll be Stowers, 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. They come home with it. No way. No way. Oh, that's bullshit. That's one of those where the animation doesn't match, and it's really frustrating because by the animation, we were safe by an hour. But by the actual game, they get the fielder's choice at home. All right. Whatever. So 2 down. Still bases loaded. And it'll be Patrick Bailey. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. So, after all the trouble, we do get 3 runs. So it's a great inning. I'm not bitching. You can't bitch about a 3-run inning. It just feels like it could have been even more, you know? But it's stretch time here in Boston. We're up 5-1. Arias is only at 12 pitches still. So he's still kind of cruising. I didn't bring Bradish back up. I kind of forgot because I was focused on all the goofiness. But that's all right. We've got Yoshida, Duran, and Teal. Let's go Yoshida here, 1-1. And that one's lifted to right. Kjerstad makes the grab. Duran lifted to center. That's playable. 2 down. And Teal. Still only 16 pitches. Arias has been super efficient. And that's the first pitch. Swinging. Going to get down for a base hit. Dang. Imagine. If he'd have gotten out of that, it was 17 pitches. All right, we'll give him Anthony. He's still in the green here. Full count. And that one's ripped to right. Sliding grab by Kjerstad to retire the side. Let's go. All right, we head to the 8th. Let's get Funderburk sat down, and we'll bring in Bradish next inning. Let's hit a RISP for us. And we got 2 on, 1 out. Slayton's still in there. 0-1 pitch to Jimenez. That one's blasted to center, but playable. Great play by Duran to range over there into left center to make the grab. It will operate as a sac fly, though, as Arias comes around to score. Sorry, I did not know who was on base, so I didn't even want to make up a name. I just had no idea. All right, so 1 on, 2 out. DeLuca's on second with J-Ram up. Full count. Struck him out. But we get yet another run. It is 6-1. Arias is still in the green, but I'm going to go ahead and take him out for Bradish to hopefully finish this one up. We'll hit a little RISP here. And Meyer gets on second, either with a double or a single and a steal or something like that. Nope, just a straight up first pitch double. Welcome to the game, Kyle. 1-2 to Devers. And that one is tattooed deep to center. That's going to be off the wall. See, I told you how hard it is to go yard and center. But it's going to be a RBI triple for Devers. What a stud. 0-1 to Casas now. Ground ball. Bradish will play it himself. He'll look back Devers. Throw over to first. 1 down. Rafaela now, 0-2. And he lifts one deep to center. That's going to be off the wall, too. Oh, my goodness. 2 absolute tanks to deep center. Neither of them get out, but that one's an RBI double. Make it 6-3. So the Red Sox showing some fight here with a couple massive hits to center. It'll be Abreu now, 1-1. 1 on, 1 out, and a balk. Jesus. Okay, hello. That's fucking annoying. All right, let's get Bybee warmed up. 1-1 to Abreu. Base hit back up the box, make it 6-4, and just like that, we are in some trouble. Shit. Let's try not to use any more of our top relievers, but we might not have that luxury. We cannot blow this game, y'all. I'm going to sit Bibby down and go with Henches. When he's ready, of course. Yoshida, 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to short, flips to second, back to one, double play. Needed it so badly. Let's freaking go, baby. Double play. But they do score 3 to make it 6-4. Makes that 7th inning look a lot better. Now, I know, butterfly effect, etc., etc. You don't know that, like, oh, if we don't score those 3, like, how does everything else go? Who knows? Who knows? But very important runs. Dalton Rogers coming in now. I'm unfamiliar with him. He's a wild one. 14% walk rate. Some decent ratings beyond that. But the walks probably, haunt him consistently. Let's see if we can take advantage. We've got Naylor, Kjerstad, Stowers here. We still have 6 runs on 6 hits. They have 4 runs on 11 hits. So we're definitely getting out hit, but there's a base hit. Making 6 runs on 7 hits. Thank you very much. As Josh Naylor gets a little knock. 0-1. Ground ball to second. They'll throw it to the shortstop covering. Back to 1. Double play for them. Double play. And just like that, it's Stowers with nobody on, 2 outs. 1-2 pitch coming. Struck him out looking. So they go 3 up, 3 down in a unconventional way. This, I mean, I know it doesn't still count as a 3 up, 3 down like in the scorebook because somebody got on, but for all intents and purposes, it is still 3 up, 3 down, right? All right, Bradish. Rough one for you, bud. We're going to bring in Henches for the save here. Duran, Teal, Anthony. And if any trouble starts to happen, I think we go to Funderburg. But with Almon and Clase pitching yesterday, I don't really want to use either of them. They're on a break glass in case of emergency situation right now. So Henches, we need you, baby. What do you say? 1 time. 1-1 pitch coming to Duran. Lifted to right. Couple steps in for Kjerstad. 1 down. Teal. 2-1 pitch. And he flares 1 into left. That's a sliding grab. Bang! Or George Valera. I almost said Jorge Valera. It might be Jorge, but he's never gone by that. George Valera with the sliding grab. He can be Jorge with that grab if he wants. Oh my goodness, what a grab. Okay, Anthony now with 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 pitch. Henches kicks and fires. Got him. Strike 3. Ball game. And we're up 2-1. Whew. Hell of a game there, y'all. Very, very scary. We're up 2-1. What do we got going? We've got Eflin. Eflin going to be pitching tomorrow against Bayo. Let's go ahead and sim to that day. Unless they make a switch. But we got a closeout opportunity here. Oh, we're actually going to go McKenzie. We made a switch. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because he's next. I don't know why it was defaulting to Eflin there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, McKenzie's the guy. They're both fully rested. So honestly, I might just go with who's ever better against lefties. Honestly, Eflin... Oh, Oakland wins. Wow. Eflin loses 5 control, and that's it. But let's see what McKenzie does against lefties. McKenzie loses 5 homer, 5 BABIP, and that's it. But the 5 homer is scary. So I'm of 2 minds here. On the one hand, go Eflin here, try to close it out, feel good about that. Or go McKenzie here, try to win it with him. If we don't, we have Eflin for game 5. But we're using maybe the slightly lesser guy in what's his head, in McKenzie, but then we're protected with the backup there with Eflin. I mean, I don't want to play scared either, though. You know, like I want to go for the dub. I'm torn here. You know, Eflin's also on fire, and I don't really know what the impact of that is. Like, is it purely an indicator that means you've been playing well, and it just shows that you've been playing well, or is it like an accelerator? Are you more likely to keep playing well when you have that? I don't know. I think in Perfect Team, you know, the online mode, I think it is just an indicator. But in the base game, I really don't know. We're going to go Mackenzie. We're going to go with Dr. Sticks, our number one body comp. We're going to try to win it with him. Let's do this thing. Game 4. Are we back in Cleveland? No, we're still in Boston. Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Why would they only get one game? I'm a moron. We'll be in Cleveland for game 5 if we lose this one. But let's just win it here. Sorry, fans. I don't need to win it in front of you. I just want to win now, and we'll have more games in front of y'all in the next round. All right, first batter is Jimenez. 0-2. Cracks one. Deep to center. Back. Gone. That one was absolutely destroyed. 452 to deep center for Andres Jimenez. And we take a 1-0 lead right away. Make it 3-0, baby. As Josh Naylor goes yard for a 2-run shot. Here we go. Into the third, still 3-0. Make it 3-1. Bottom 4. Okay, they tie it up in the 4th. Shit. And wouldn't you know, a homer for them, Wilyer Abreu. A 2-run shot. Okay. So we kind of knew that. Not terribly surprising that he gave up a homer. But at least it's only tied. We're not losing. And then we'll go top 5 here. We'll do our half. Okay, we get a run right back. Let's go. So then we'll go to bottom 5. Only 53 pitches for Mackenzie. He should be good to go. So let's see what he can do. Let's do another half. Oh, shit. He's getting shelled. What the fuck? What do you mean he's getting... I've never seen that. Getting shelled? Oh, my God. Oh, he got absolutely dumpstered. Wilyer Abreu hit another homer, and it was a grand slam. Oh, my God. Single, fly out, strikeout, single, walk, grand slam. Wow. That is a nightmare. First pitch grand slam for Wilyer Abreu. And we're down 7-4. Fuck. And the only guy they warm up was Espino? Oh, wait, is he still hurt? Yeah, he is. 2 more days. You couldn't warm up anybody else? Bybee, maybe? See, okay, this is interesting. I thought maybe anybody that we put in would be warmed up and ready to go, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So you kind of have to go with who they choose, or they are going to be cold. Although this is different than, pardon me, let me correct myself, because this is different than injury. With injury, I think whoever you put should be ready to go. Like, that's the only fair way to do that. But this is a choice here because Mackenzie's getting cooked. So I guess we'll take the guy that they have warmed up for us. We'll go with Espino. And I mean, he is a little nicked, but it says minimal impact on his throwing, which I assume is pitching. I know that sounds kind of stupid to say, like, yes, of course it is. But the only reason I'm not 100% certain is because why wouldn't it just say pitching? But of course, it would make sense that it's any throwing, whether it's pitching or throwing on defense. But either way, it's a minimal impact. It's an ankle. It's not even an arm injury. Let's give him a shot. Plus, we're losing as well. So it's not like he has to protect the lead. That said, we don't want this to get any further out of hand. So let's go ahead and finish this inning, hopefully with no more runs. Okay, thank God. Top 6, nothing for us. Bottom 6, we'll do a RISP. And we get out of it, okay. So we go into the 7th. Lucas Urseg is out for them. 2.86 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. Man, for as bad as their ERA, their bullpen ERA was, they got a pretty decent cluster of guys that have really good numbers. Vest, Urseg, who's the other one? Halverson. I mean, they had some guys that have pitched pretty poorly, but the bullpen isn't too bad. The rotation is a little dicier, but the bullpen is not horrendous. All right, let's do a RISP for us. And we got a runner on second with nobody out. So a leadoff double for Jimenez. 3-0 to J-Ram. That's a walk. He's 2 for 3 on the day. They didn't want anything to do with him. 4-pitch walk to make him 2 for 3 with a walk. Josh up now. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. They throw to second. They will get the out. Back to 1. Don't get the double play. Okay. I had to wait to see if the runner comes back because I can't trust the animation there. So fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Kerstad up now. Big opportunity here. We need to get at least a run in. Like, Jimenez has to score. There is no other solution I will accept. And instead, it's another ground ball to first. They throw to second to get the out. No double play, but we do get the run, so we achieved the goal I said we had to do, but I was really hoping for something substantial there. So 7-5, it'll be Stowers now. 1-2. Oh, and the ball gets away. I didn't even see it get away. That happened in game 1, too, and I didn't even see the ball get away. Kerstead advances to second. 2-2. Struck him out. All right. Bybee is tiring as of just now, though. That said, Espino only has 15 pitches through an inning and a third. We're going to stick with him. So we'll sit Bybee. We are going to warm up a lefty, though, with Funderburk, just in case. Because I am going to hit a RISP here, and I'm nervous about it. Oh, God. 1. They get a run right back. And it's a Marcelo Meyer first pitch homer. All right. Well, I wasn't going to take him out. Okay, so hitting the RISP didn't do anything there. I wasn't taking him out for the very first batter. If it had been like 3 or 4 batters into the inning, that's one thing. But the very first pitch, shit happens. Meyer has been eating our lunch, though. I'm going to hit the RISP again because I'm crazy. And they have 2 on, 1 out. Okay, that's going to be it for Espino, I think. I'm perfectly fine. Let me pitch. Don't talk to me like that, Espino. Who do you think you are? You jerk. Maybe stop giving up base runners. Nope, I'm going to Fundy. Cody Funderburk coming in to face Abreu, who's also been eating our lunch. And Abreu swinging first pitch. Lifted to center, but playable. DeLuca reels it in for the grab. Or for the out, rather. Devers does tag and get to third. So now it's runners at the corners with 2 outs. Raffaella, first pitch swinging. Base hit back up the box. 9-5. And, wow. Casas gets to third standing up. Jeez. So 2 on, 2 out. Yoshida's up. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Jimenez fires over to first to retire the side, but the damage is done. 2 runs in. It's 9-5. We head to the 8th. Will Vest on for the two innings. And here's my biggest problem with it. It's not even a save opportunity. So even though this could help us for game 5, where they use him for 2 innings right now and then he's not really available, I don't like that. I don't like getting over on the computer because they made a dumb decision. Like, this is dumb to me. Now, you can pitch him in the 9th with a 4-run lead. I don't necessarily hate that. But I just don't see any team that would use their closer like this with a 4-run lead. It just doesn't make any sense. So I don't really love that. All right, we're going to hit a RISP here. We get 2 runs. Oh, shit. I'm all downtrodden, and here we are. Ground out Bailey. Single for Valera. 2 2-run shot for Gabriel Arias. And I'm glad I hit the wrist because I probably would have pinch hit for him otherwise. Oh, baby, let's go. 1 out. 0-1 to DeLuca. And he flares one into right, but playable. 2 down. And it'll be Jimenez now. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Devers fires over to first to retire the side. But we get the 2 runs right back to make it 9-7 going into the bottom of the 8th. Funderburk back out. He'll get Duran, Teal, Meyer. 3-1 to Duran. You cannot hit with a leadoff walk, dude. You just can't do that to us. So bad. All right. 0-2 to Teal. And that one's going to be blasted to center, but a sliding grab by DeLuca. That's insane. What a massive catch. It'll be Meyer now. He's hitting 500 with 3 homers. Jesus. 0-1. Meyer lifts one deep to center. That's going to be off the wall. Another extra base hit from Marcelo Meyer. That's going to score the run. An RBI double. Makes the lead 10-7. Every time we score. Not literally. We scored the 3 in the first. But then every other time we've scored, they've answered in the bottom. This is a nightmare. I forgot. I kind of forgot that we had the 3-0 lead early and we blew this one. If we lose this one, it's really, really, really bad. 2-2, strikeout. 0-2 to Devers, strikeout. A little too late, Funderburk. I mean, I'm glad we got the outs there. Obviously, stopped the bleeding, but you can't let that run in, man. All right, well, now it's a save opportunity for Vest, but you can't create your own save opportunity. So he's at 22 pitches, too. So there's a good chance he will not be available tomorrow, which is great, but also dumb because they shouldn't have used him. 1-0 to J-Ram. Popped up on the infield. Easy play, 1 down. 1-1 to Josh. He cracks one deep to right, but playable. Abreu hauls it in, 2 down. And Kerstead, 1-2 pitch. Punchy. And here we go. We're going to Game 5, y'all. I'm bummed that we blew this one, but in Game 5 is undeniably cool. It's just nerve-wracking. Oh, my God, this offense. Hey, we talked about it at the beginning. We knew this offense was going to be very difficult, and they've lived up to that billing. Because even in the low-scoring games, it's been the long ball that's done it. And that quick strike offense, even when you're being shut down a bit, it can be so threatening. I'm just so mad that we wasted that 3-run first. Such a great way to start, and we just gag it. All right. For some reason, dude, the at-bat app, I haven't bitched about it that much this year compared to last year when I wouldn't stop. But, like, it just pisses me off how it seemingly gets worse every year. Right now, the Tigers are playing. Okay, it finally worked. Never mind. Oh. Never mind. It wasn't at-bat's fault. There's a scroll on the bottom saying the Tigers game is experiencing technical difficulties. So maybe I should be complaining about Bally instead of MLB at-bat. Because when I was clicking on it, it wasn't going to the game, even though the game was being played. It was showing, stay tuned, game will start soon. I'm like, it's in the 2nd inning. What are you talking about? But it wasn't an at-bat thing, so I reserve my anger. Or I reassign my anger to Bally's because they suck too. They're fucking garbage. All right, Game 5, Giolito v. Eflin. Here we go. Will the gambit to save, quote-unquote, Eflin, will that work? I mean, McKenzie ended up being bad because he gave up the grand slam. So, obviously, like, that's not at all what we wanted. It had been going pretty well until then. But who gives a shit, right? Like, that's kind of a dumb thing to say. I'll roast myself on that. Like, of course that's the case, right? That's how it is for everybody. It was going well until it went bad. Well, yeah. And the bad part is the part that matters. Anyway, let's get into it. Game 5. Teal is a little tired, but they're going to run with him, which makes sense. He's awesome. It's a do-or-die game. I totally get it. And we're actually going to start Naylor instead of Bailey here, which I also get because Bailey's tired and he's not playing well. So I really don't mind this at all with starting Bo. So we'll go double Naylors here. And let's see what we can do. Away we go with Game 5 in Cleveland. Let's see what Teal does against Eflin. Ground ball to first, 1 down. And here we go. Nothing for them in the first. We get 1 in the first. Clean second. Clean third. They get 3 in the fourth. And we get nothing. Top 5, nothing for them. Bottom 5, how many pitches for Eflin? 88 pitches for Eflin. No homer, at least. It's been 5 singles and a triple. Roman Anthony hit a triple. He didn't drive anybody in, though. He scored off of it. But yeah, the offense has been scattered. Meanwhile, J-Ram hit a homer for us. All right, so what was it? 88 pitches? 88 pitches for Eflin. He's got 55 stam. He should be fine. So I'm warming somebody up not because of fatigue concern, but because of quality concern. And I'm going to go Almon and Henches even this early. Because if we get 2 innings out of both, I'm fine with that. We cannot fuck around here. All right, let's hit a Risp. And we got Jimenez with the leadoff double. Had a baby. Had a fucking baby. Sorry, I'm F-bombing left and right now. 2-1 to Ramirez. Lifted to center. 1 down. All right. It'll be Josh. I had to look this time because both Naylors are playing. I actually had to check. Full count to Josh. And he cracks one. Deep to right. Back. Gone. 2-run shot for Josh Naylor. Ties up the ball game. Let's go, baby. I was going to punch myself in the head to really emulate Josh, but I figured that would hurt. So I stopped short of that and just went with the chest pound there. Couldn't really extend the old arm. I'm in a little tight, cramped space there, so I had to go narrow with it. But we are tied, baby. Let's fucking go. F-bombing everywhere. All right, let's hit the Risp again. Okay, that's all we get was the 2-run shot, but that's okay. Not complaining. Eflin is at 88 pitches. He's almost up against the red there. That's it. We're going to go to Almon here and save Henches for a little later. I think I need the lefties late. And Almon is a stud. But he does lose 10 stuff, 5 homer, 10 BABIP, and 5 control against lefties. Now, this is still a pretty good profile here, just his versus lefty profile on its own. But when you consider how, disparate it is compared to the versus righty, it's a pretty big drop. All right, so it'll be Casas, Abreu, Rafaela. Let's hit a Risp. And they got a leadoff double. Oh, no, excuse me. They got a leadoff base knock with a wild pitch that advanced him. My bad on that. 2-2 to Abreu. Ground ball to third. 1 down. 1-2 to Rafaela. Struck him out. And full count to Yoshida. No. That gets down for a base hit. Make it 4-3. Come on, man. Piddly little hit like that. I guess it was 100 miles off the bat. It looked bad on the end, or looked weak on the animation. Not bad. Weak. 4-3. 1-0 to Duran. And liner to third to retire the side. But they get the run to take the lead. Whitlock. Is Whitlock in out of the bullpen? Oh, shit. Do or die situation. They go to their ace out of the bullpen. Well, not their ace. I'm sorry. He's not their ace. But they go to a starter out of the bullpen here. I respect it. Did Whitlock pitch the first game, though? I guess he would be their de facto ace in that case. Yeah, game 1, he pitched 7 scoreless. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, too, because nobody else would be even close to available. All right, well, I respect that. I don't know that we feel comfortable going to Cantillo. He's at 68%. But I think that's as a starter. As a reliever, he probably has a bit more juice. But we're not pressing that button yet. But I do respect them going all hands on deck. All right, let's hit a RISP here, bottom 6. Nothing for us. Top 7. Let's get the pen warming. Let's go back to Henches here. And also warm up Arias. Let's go double barrel lefties. 2-2 to Teal. Big punch. 2-2 to Meyer. A big punch. And 1-0 to Anthony. Can't be a punchy. And instead it's a fucking solo. Jesus, dude. This offense is monstrous. All right. Well, that's going to be it for him. Golly. All right. Let's go to Henches. 5-3. Top 7. 2 down. Henches against Devers. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball in second to retire to the side. It's stretch time here in Cleveland. Game 5 of the wild card. We're down 5-3. It's do or die. It'll be Jimenez, Ramirez, Naylor. Let's hit one more RISP, and then we'll go batter to batter on the last bit here. And Jimenez with another leadoff hit. This time a single, and then he steals second. After J-Ram flies out during the Josh Naylor at-bat, he steals second. And here we go. Go-ahead run at the dish in the form of Josh Naylor, who hit a colossal home run earlier to tie it. Let's see what he can do here. 2-2 to Josh Naylor. Ground ball to first. Easy play. 2 down. Runner does get to third. Can Kjerstad get him in with 2 outs? It would be so clutch to scratch back this run. Full count. Little tapper to first. Easy play. No! Oh, they botched it. Oh, let's go. Infield hit. Oh, they were twisted up there. They didn't know who should cover or if Casas should take it himself. And instead, Kjerstad beats it out. He's hustling. Doesn't look like the fastest guy. Because, you know, he's a 30 home run hitter. You don't think speed. But he was booking it out of the box. So the run comes in. It's 5-4. Connor Cook is in now. He'll face Kyle Stowers. 1-0 pitch to Stowers. Base hit into right. And we're in business here. Uh-oh, here comes the throw to third. Not in time. Oh, my goodness, that was scary. And Stowers advances on the throw, so it's runners at second and third, but still 2 outs. Valera has a chance to be a G here. Or do we go for DeLauder? Now, DeLauder hasn't developed, right? His power still has +10 here that could develop, but it's not there. So he, you know, let's just be honest about it. He's not that good. Obviously, if he was really good, he would be playing. Honestly, I think with Valera's eye, that 65 eye, we're going to stick with him because at the very least, you know, obviously he could make an out because, duh, but he doesn't have to get a hit to succeed here. He could take the walk and pass the torch to Bo. So let's see what pass the baton is what I meant to say, but pass the torch works, I guess. 0-1. It won't be a walk. Won't be a hit either. Ground ball to first, retire the side. We do scratch back a run, but that's it. We head to the 8th, down 5-4. Full count to Casas. He's 3 for 3 on the day, but he strikes out looking there, make it 3 for 4. Sit down. 0-2 to Abreu. Punchy. And 2-0 to Rafaela. Popped up on the infield. That'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. I like the little jump there that J-Ram's character did. That's hilarious. I don't know if y'all saw that. Go rewind and watch him do a little. I went for it. Wasn't even anywhere near the play. Justin Slayton in. He pitched 2 days ago, 38 pitches. We got to get to him, dude. We got to beat up on one of these bum relievers, dude. Come on. Obviously, if we can somehow tie it or take the lead, we're going to Clase, so we'll just get him warmed up. 3-1 to Bo Naylor. Slayton kicks and fires, walked him. Leadoff runner is on, baby. The tying run will bat in the form of Arias. Now, was it last game or earlier this game that Arias had a big hit? It was last game. He hit the homer. And that's awesome. I'm not going to let one event overly influence my decisions here, though. I do think this is the time to go to DeLauder. So let's go ahead and do that. Or No. I was going to say, do we go directly to Freeman? Because he really puts the ball in play quite a bit. But I worry about a GIDP there. Now, anybody can ground into a double play, right? You know, infield contact, chance of a double play. But he has so little punch, Freeman, plus his high avoid K, means it'll almost certainly be in play, but probably not struck very hard. DeLauder, for his part, has a 65 avoid K too, so that's pretty good. And he has a lot more punch than Freeman. So let's go to DeLauder and see what he can do here. He's first pitch swinging, and it's a hard ground ball to second. They won't make either play. Oh, holy crap. Rafaela could not get a grip on the ball. So not only is there no double play, there is no play. He ends up having to eat it. I think because it was so well struck. I guess I'll check the game log. I want to see how hard it was actually. Okay, 101. Because it looked hard in the animation, but as I've mentioned a couple times already in this game, the animations don't always match up with what exactly happened. But in my mind, when I saw that hard hit animation, I could envision a scenario where like it kind of gets stuck in the webbing and he can't get the good grip there to make a play. And he didn't want to rush something and make an error. So he just ate it. And now we have 2 on, nobody out with DeLuca up. 3-1 to DeLuca. And he ground over to third. Okay, no double play attempt. That's interesting. I don't love the swing 3-1. Particularly on a pitch that is nowhere near the zone, DeLuca. That's bases loaded all day. However, I'll get off his back a little bit because for whatever reason, there was no other play there but to just take the single out over at first. And that's weird to me. I'm not mad about it because it's to our benefit, but that was hit in the 5 zone. And I'm just wondering what kind of scenario that could have been where Devers couldn't even just tag third. Again, not mad about it. Just seems a little weird. Tying run is now 90 feet away. Go ahead run on second in the form of DeLauder. They're going to walk Jimenez to get the double play in, or to get the force out everywhere in order, but then you have to face J-Ram. Let's see what they do. They're pitching to him. He's swinging first pitch, and it's ground ball to first. Easy play. You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me with that. Son of a bitch. All right, well, it's up to our best player here with a massive opportunity to at least tie it. J-Ram, what do you got for us? Let's take the first pitch. That one's outside, ball 1. 1-0. Takes that one, strike. Oof, on the edge there. You got to give J-Ram that call. But all right, 1-1. J-Ram swings. And that was going to get foul. Ooh, I thought he was going to soft serve that one in the left. It's 1-2 now. J-Ram cracks one in the left center. That's going to get down. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Jose Ramirez with a 2-run double. And we take the lead in the bottom of the 8th, baby. Let's go. 6-5. Pandemonium here in Cleveland. Josh coming up now. Go back to a normal at-bat for him. 2-1 pitch. He cracks one to center, but playable to retire the side. That said, Jose Ramirez with a clutch 2-run double gives us a 6-5 lead, and we'll turn it over to Class A to hopefully shut it down and advance to the next round. Put Tyler Freeman at second. Class A into the game. And he'll face Yoshida, Duran, Teal. 1-2 to Yoshida. Struck him out. And I can't take extras. I barely have any water left. I have maybe 2 sips left after that. So with extras, I'm in trouble. And the voice is already going. I've done 2 streams today. And now this. So it's not hard work, but it's a lot of work. So the voice is going. All right. 0-2 to Duran. Struck him out. He went around. Bang. That's a strike anyway. Come on. But it was on the appeal saying he swung. So it'll be Teal now. And he's swinging first pitch. Lifted. Caught. Boom. Ball game. Series. We advance. Whew. What a series against Boston. They take us to 5, but we win it 3-2. And we are on to the next round. Now, we don't know who we're going to face because it reseeds after each round. So, depending on who wins, that could determine a different opponent. So we are, what seed are we? Excuse me. We are Farmer. We are the 3 seed. So we are right there after the 2 division winners. So then let's just see what they got here. Cleveland and Tampa Bay win. Tampa Bay is the 4 seed. Okay, so I think we're going to play Minnesota and Tampa Bay is going to play Baltimore, which is how it is set up. So I don't think anything changes because there were no upsets. Okay. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and hit that. And 3-0 for the Cards against the Mets and 3-2 for the Cubs over the Pirates in the National League. So let's sim out this day and see how everything sets up. I think I have that right. Now, the NL might change because I think the Cardinals are the worst seed. So they might be flipping some things. No, theirs played out. Okay, let me see something here. So the Cardinals, they were the 5 seed. And they beat the Mets, who are the 4. Okay, oh yeah, so that's 4-5 versus 2-6. Or 3-6, duh. So 3 beat 6. And so they're going to face the 2. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Cool. All right, and we are facing the Twins. So former division rival, right? They didn't come with us. Former division rival and AL Ryan division winning Minnesota. Now, it's worth noting that we would have won that division by 5 games. But hey, they get the advantage. They were the better team from a within your division standpoint, but we did have the better record. I do like that. We'll take a look at their full ball club, make any decisions to the roster that we have to based on their roster. I see a bunch of righties here pitching-wise and more of a mixed bag at the dish. So maybe we'll make a swap out in the bullpen. But until then, y'all, take care. I'll see y'all for the divisional round next time out. Peace.